As a human family, we have forgotten that people do move. No one leaves their home because they want to. They leave their home because they want to find a better life.
So you're 18 years old and you traveled all the way from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
This is your first time here in South Africa. You arrived in January this year.
Yes.
Why did you leave Zimbabwe at such a young age?
I left Zimbabwe because I wanted to work for myself so that I can earn a living.
And you are the firstborn?
Yes. I just come here without even money, but maybe God make me to walk safely. I was doing nothing, but now I have starting going to recycling, picking boxes. I'll go back if I get a lot of money. I'll be starting buying and selling, buying things here, and then I'll go and sell, getting some money.
Since I came in Messina, my colleagues also told me that, no, look, if you come across vulnerable people, there's a shelter that you can take that person. So ever since, we've been working close with the sister and the previous people that they've been there in the past. So for us, Roman Catholic will remain our home as well. Remember, us, we provide legal services, and then you ask a person to say, look, where will you sleep tonight? And then the person says, no, I don't have any. So the only place to refer is your facility.
Part of the success would be that many of the women who come here, some of them, they just come, they have nowhere to go. And they hear on the street, about the shelter. They are so relieved, to come here, to have some place. Many of their partners or husbands or boyfriends or whatever will invite them. And when they hear they're in Messina, then the phones are cut off. So they're deeply distressed. So I think being able to offer a place of safety, a place where they know that they're safe, where they know that their children are safe, I think that's also part of the success.
I was looking for a job.
How did you leave home? Did you live by yourself?
Yes. My young sister sent me money to pay to come here. My journey was not nice. Okay. I came here with my daughter, my daughter. I was breastfeeding my daughter.
Okay.
But I met Maguma on my way. So they raped me. So I came pregnant.
Again?
Yeah. I've got a child now. Yeah.
You were alone?
Yeah.
Traveling alone?
They said the 1 month I was saving money. So they take me into whatever they want. And I came here.
After you were attacked, how did you get to the border?
I walk with my foot.
All right. And did you report this?
No passport, no ID. So it's too difficult to tell police without those papers.
It's been 4 months in this shelter, right?
They take me and I come here and sit. And I go to hospital to deliver the child. It was difficult. I deliver with the operation because of stress.
Yes.
I want to go back to Zimbabwe.
You want to go back to Zimbabwe? Why?
I want to leave my child because he's too young. I can't work with him.
What is your message to other migrant women that wish to leave their home countries to come here to South Africa?
They should come with passports, because it's difficult to come here without passport.
One of the big challenges which we face in South Africa with regard to migrants and refugees is the question of statelessness. You almost can't do anything in this country without an identity document. It really destroys the private lives of people. You can't get employment. You remain poor virtually for the rest of your lives.
I don't want to lie. I came through the border. I didn't have the papers.
Yeah.
But like if you have something to offer, you keep going.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your working relationship with other organizations such as Future Families. You also have, of course, UNHCR, you have Red Cross, you have Doctors Without Borders, and of course you have the Catholic Church,
yes,
which is the Migrants and Refugees Department.
Our relationship with other organizations here in Messina, I think it's very good and encouraging. I've worked in Pretoria. I felt that in Pretoria or Johannesburg, everyone is doing its own things. But here we have a very strong interagency working group, which consists of all the organizations that you mentioned. Apart from that, we also have buy-in from government departments, like your social development, your police, even the local municipality. So when it comes to working together, we are very close.
The relationship between us and the shelters is mostly to provide social or psychosocial support for mothers, for children, for men, for the girls unaccompanied and separated minors. Often when majority of the migrants come into Musina and they don't know where to go or they don't have the resources to do what they need to do, we are normally like the organization that they approach, and then we do the assessment, and based on the outcome of assessment, we render the relevant support. For instance, we had a case of whereby a woman was coming from the DRC, she crossed through, but the bakkie she used to transport just overturned and she died and she left 2 children. When we get such cases, we try to do the best we can, obviously after assessment. That's why I'm saying that through the interagency working group, we normally see who can do what.
It is also important that in terms of the department, we should be making a directory that will help any community, any group of people who need help to know exactly where to find help. For example, where can you find accommodation when you come into the country? How do you go about applying to government for temporary documents? What organizations help refugees, etc. So what lawyers to go to if you have a legal problem. A directory of that kind becomes a useful tool for people who work with refugees and migrants and for migrants themselves, so that they know where to go to for their particular needs in a particular area.
We have the commitment also to coordinate the pastoral care for migrants and refugees, so the 29 dioceses should be included in the program. If everybody, we work together, for sure, we have a better country, but also a better way of living.
People tend to want to give food parcels to local people. At times they even ask for IDs, and they know that they will not get these from refugees. And so this makes it very difficult. Even refugees who actually have a right to be in the country are often discriminated against. And so the church seeks to work together with other communities of faith to address the question of fairness and of access to food parcels for every person who needs them.
It is true to say that the church is a mother, and as a mother, is welcoming to all. The Holy Father himself is encouraging us at his address of 107th World Day of Refugees and Migrants, when he says we should strive to an even wider we. The word Catholic means universal, embracing to all races, cultures, tribes, we have something to offer to be life-giving to all.
We are actually helping the community. We started in the COVID. The people didn't have anything, especially foreigners, undocumented or with documents, but they didn't have any support from the government. So that's when we realized that, you know what, there is a need for somebody to do something.
Yes, those people, they help us a lot to get the food, since it was a lockdown. They are busy helping us with the food, because now no job, no nothing, but always they make sure they give us something.
We're using our own personal things to help the community. Yes. This is my mom's house.
Okay.
Yes, we decided to use it for that purpose. Yeah.
And then we start brainstorming what we can do to help them, and that's when we decided to start asking different people who can help us. And the first door that we knocked was the Catholic Church in La Rochelle, and then they gave us 30 parcels. I got a referral for a company called the Soul Food. So what they did, they started giving us bags of mealie, rice, pasta, tin food, vegetable. But I must say that the Caritas, the church in La Rochelle, they are the ones who really helped us to take off and be able to help our communities. And when we talk about communities, we're not talking about our Mozambican people, we're talking about everybody, including South African people. Everybody comes through to get something. Today we are distributing over 350. At one point we had like 500 people coming through, and everybody got something.
We celebrate with all community, then we challenge and we integrate together migrants and refugees and local community. In this year 2021, we made 120 women studying skill training for sewing, for baking, and for beauty, for hairdressing. See also if the mother is able to develop the small business. By 20 women that we give this money, 19 of these women, they have been really good on this kind of small business. We have also course for literacy that also give dignity for the people. The most vulnerable people, sometimes they need rent for the house, they need medications, how to renew the asylum seeker in South Africa. Last year we helped 94,000. I believe God is in our way. We can see that the truth is not from my side, is not from other side. The truth we can find it together.
We came here because we are running away from political violence, which erupted in the year 2007. So my family and I left Burundi and we came here to seek a new life. Since the public schools couldn't accept us because we are refugees, we heard of a project called the 3 to 6 project, which provides learning opportunities for young people on the move and refugees. So in 2008, my mother registered me in grade 1. I was very happy on my first day of school because it was a new ray of hope. The bursary that I received came from the 3 to 6 project, and the same bursary was for me to get into Sacred Heart College, which is a Marist school. I got the opportunity to finish my matric, which was in 2018. There was definitely a sense of acceptance inside the school, but outside the school, not really. I now have a dream. I want to become a teacher myself, as I want to give the opportunity to other young children on the move and refugees to learn and to be educated as well.
I think it's my belief, in people actually, because I admire the women that come here. First of all, I say, what must their situation be like at home if they leave and they come and they want to stay in a shelter? So how bad must it be at home? So, and then I admire their tenacity and the fact that they don't give up.
Yeah.
I really think they're people of hope.
In worship of God, we are proclaiming that we can be one people, that barriers of language, culture, race, tradition can be overcome, and that we can build a more united and common society.
Hata mambo ikuje, nguvu sisikitike, kwani kintu kama ni kyako kitakuja kyako. Acha mambo ya bwizi, kutafuta yote bupeshiwe, kazi iko na mafaa, utapewa heshima we. Kyakuja so yako, kitapewa ni kwako. Hii ni sauti ya wazee walikuzala, kesho ni yako, kesho ni yako. Usisikitike ndugu yangu, kesho ni yako, kesho ni yako. Usisikitike rafiki yangu, hata mambo ikuje, nguvu sisikitike, kwani kintu kama ni kyako kitakuja kyako. Ndugu usilie, weye tumika tu, mimi nakwambia Mungu alalake. Yakuja so yako, kitapewa ni kwako. Unione mimi leo, wesu nanijua. Kesho ni yako, kesho ni yako. Usisikitike ndugu yangu, kesho ni yako, kesho ni yako. Usisikitike ndugu yangu, kesho ni yako, ile ni yako ndugu, uitumikie ndugu yangu. Kesho ni yako, kesho ni yako. Usisikitike ndugu yangu. Kwa kazi ya leo utapewa kesho, kwa mateso ya leo utawina kesho, kwa njala ya leo utaziba kesho, kwa uvivu wa leo utateswa kesho. Sikia jaso ndio mali yako ndugu yangu, ile jaso ndio mali yako. Sikiliza wewe, ile jaso ndio mali yako.